Okay. Any other case study that you'd like to share with us wherein you saw graphotherapy making a huge difference in the person you are dealing with? Anything that you can recall? For you, maybe your first few cases which fascinated you and made you believe that graphotherapy actually works. Can you recall anything?
Graphotherapy, actually it shows even if they are fanatics, and by changing that we can change their thinking, So even we can work on terrorism also.
Okay.
And there is one more thing called felon's claw. 80% convicted criminals have this handwriting, which is felon's claw.
Okay.
And actually it works like this. The criminals, see, for the gain, they hardly they commit crime. For that name, they commit crime. That is, that shows in, see, when they were growing up, constantly if something is being told, you are good for nothing or something, that remains in their subconscious mind. They may, if they have other strengths, they may come up in life. But what happens is, whenever they get praised, their subconscious mind will not accept it. It says, no, I am that good for nothing. So to hear that, they do some sabotaging, self-sabotage or hurting others. It is like backbiting or anything it can be. So when others scold them, they like it. That is what they want to hear. That is the felon's claw thing, which is really like if criminals, if they change their handwriting, definitely they can come out of their criminal tendency. That is, and there are two types. One is hurting others and one is hurting self-sabotage and hurting others.
Okay.
So one person, he came with the check wherein signature I had to analyze. They wanted to give keys to the person for a commercial building. He told, I'll deposit the check later. Money has to come from Gulf. So this person asked me, can I trust this person? I saw the felon's claw there. I told, no, you can't trust this person. Then when they inquired in the bank, the check was for 18 lakhs. There was only 18 rupees in the account. So it saved them from going to court to vacate them, So and I do a lot of recruitment analysis also, wherein companies send the freshers or even higher-end applicants handwriting sample. So I identify where their strength is, whether they share their knowledge or not, whether they are people-friendly or technically expert, what it is, and communication, how good they are, their communication ability, management ability. For example, see, if you prefer only ruled sheet, preference, only rule, that means you would like to have rules or regulations. Without that, you on your own, you are not, you can't do anything.
Okay.
If you prefer only plain sheets, means on your own, like you are your master. You should have both preferences. Like you should be flexible.
True.
Then only it's possible. You can observe children like going to the shop and getting few things and all. For some children, you have to tell them go like this, cross the road like this, and ask for change and all. For some children, like if you tell that, they'll no, keep quiet, I know what to do. You can observe that way. And when there is a margin, some people leave the margin and write. See, when it's a margin is a rule set by others. It's saying, I don't want to follow the rules set by others. I will create my own rule.
Okay.
If children have that, definitely they don't listen to you. They will do whatever they want to do. So like this it shows. And I would definitely like to give tips here.
Sure.
It's like when you put the full stop after the sentence, put it very close to the sentence so that your time management will be very effective. If you put very far, then you will be letting lot of people to waste your time. You can't say no to something, the phone conversation you can't cut, or loitering, what we call, that will happen.
Okay, so if you have a tendency to leave space and then put a full stop after the end of your sentence, you give room for others to come in. Okay. Any other tip?
And holding the pen also, your thumb should be ahead than index finger. So index finger is a pointing finger. Then you will be blaming others for everything. Your thumb is a self-esteem finger. So your self-esteem will be less, but blaming will be more. You can't accept anything or anybody as it is or as they are. Put the index finger little behind and see how it changes your life.
Okay. Okay. Any one more gem of it? Because
And
both these tips are very
your
important.
capital should be bigger than any other letters. That's the self-esteem or how much you value yourself. And handwriting means consistency should be there anywhere. Space between letters and words and lines or size anywhere. The consistency means you are healthy, both physically, mentally. Inconsistency means you are very moody. Like people can't predict what you are any given time. Like sometimes you will be very stingy, sometimes you are very exorbitantly spending. Like the others can't understand you. And it is the size and space variation that actually shows hysteria, that tendency.
Okay.
So consistency is very important, and bigger capital and very full stop very close to the sentence, and like that there are few.
Thank you so much, because now I remember and realize why when we were small, parents always say write handwriting in summer holidays. When there was no homework concept then, write handwriting. Okay, maybe they didn't know why, but today we know why it is important to keep writing. Okay, now we have a fun element in our program, Noothan.
Yes.
This is to find out what motivates you. Okay, all of us have our motivators. You yourself are an inspiration, but I'm sure you have your motivators. So to take it forward, first question. The one book or film that you would definitely recommend to anybody you meet.
Yeah, the movie Jane Bido Yaro. I like it very much.
Okay.
And the book Graphologist I liked very much. S.L. Vairappa's Graphologist.
Okay.
I liked.
Okay. Your favorite teacher?
She's Shubhavati, my primary class teacher, and my handwriting or interest or whatever, it is because of her. She gave us lot of homework, but we admire her a lot. Her managing both the home and school front, which I like most.
Okay. Your role model?
My mother, definitely.
For the way she managed all of you?
Yes, yes.
Okay. Your best friend?
It's not continuously someone, but if you ask the recent one, then I would tell Suvita. She's my best friend. She's there every time. Whenever I'm needed, she's there.
Okay. And the one quality that you like about yourself?
Yeah, it is a quest for knowledge and determination to achieve that.
Okay. You really are living that policy of yours, and you definitely have that quality. But here I'd like to bring in Ralph Waldo Emerson when he said that never lose an opportunity of seeing anything that is beautiful, for beauty is God's handwriting. A wayside sacrament, welcome it in every fair face, in every fair sky, in every fair flower, and thank God, for it is a cup of blessing, which means handwriting is but God's blessing. What will you have to say at the end of it all, Noothan, as a parting thought to all our listeners? What do you intend?
Yeah, looking at the results, what I am getting, and every day I do the graphotherapy, and my son does, and it is helping us a lot. And my own colleagues and all, they do, and they give feedback. Definitely, I feel all the people, they should take up this habit. At least half an hour you give it for handwriting, and it works with your mind and body balancing and calming you down, and lot of aspects. So give it a thought. Please keep writing. That is what I...
okay, as in you just take a pen and write any paragraph. But how do we know our strokes are right? Because I remember when they say T, put the stroke right on top. That means your goals are pretty high. So how do we know all the right things? Maybe I write my T with my stroke down. Then do I have to be conscious about this and be aware and write?
Yeah, if you know it is better. Otherwise, yeah, just writing, it helps the tip, the point, acupressure point. At least that. Or write God's name. See, people write crores of times God's name. That is actually graphotherapy. That makes them very healthy, and it calms them. Normally it is given when they are under trauma. Write crores of times. By the time they finish crores of time, they'll come out of that trauma.
Okay.
So at least you do that. God's name you can write.
Okay, and what about the pen and the pencil? Because pencil was there in our lives for a long time, but today it isn't. So
again here, the preference. If you prefer only pencil, that is fear, there is a chance to correct your mistakes. If you prefer ball pen, that means you are hard worker, because it is difficult to write with ball pen. If you prefer only gel pen or felt tip, you want everything easily. And the fountain pen, you are more formal, it says. So like that, so that is why be flexible. Never say, I prefer only this kind of paper, or only ruled, or only plain, or only this pen and all. Be flexible. Here, everywhere flexibility. Whatever is available, I am okay with that. You should be like that.
Okay. So for those of you tuned in and you heard the show, you know finally your health and your happiness is at the tip of your finger. Thank you so much, Noothan, for coming in today and sharing all this very valuable inputs that you gave, and tips so simple that we can make it part of everyday life. You truly inspire. God bless you, and all the very best in whatever you do.
Yeah, thank you, listeners.
And if they want to get in touch with you, Noothan, can we have your email ID and phone number?
Yeah, sure. And my email ID, noothan.rao, that is NOOTHAN.RAO@gmail.com.
Okay, for those who are slow like me, and her email ID, noothan.rao@gmail.com. That is NOOTHAN.RAO@gmail.com. Thank you so much for coming in, Noothan. Pleasure speaking to you.